What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate y'all tuning back in. Sorry, it's been a while since I posted, but I'm here to basically just kind of give y'all an update video on the MR2, what's been going on with it, where it's been, and where we're at. So with that being said, we got the car here, and I'm just going to kind of give you all a little brief overview. I think the last video that I had, can't remember what the last video I had was. Actually, it's been so long since I've been on YouTube. Once again, I apologize. But inside, just kind of a rat's nest right now. I got the Haltech over there. I kind of have everything kind of roughly wired up right now because I am wiring in a few additional sensors to the Haltech, mainly being fuel pressure sensor, oil pressure sensor, things like that. Not the prettiest job, like I said. It's just kind of like a rough mock-up right now just to make sure everything works. And then once it does work, I'll go back and I'll clean everything up and make it look all nice and neat. So interior is pretty much taken apart just to kind of access everything. But as you can see, everything in the engine bay is pretty much good to go. Got the intake manifold on. I got the fuel system done with the new fuel lines. I actually think that's where my last video was my fuel lines. So I got all that finished, fuel filters. It's a Magnum Fuel 750 fuel pump. It's dash 10 into the pump, dash 8 out of the pump, all the way back up to the fuel rail. So it's dash 8 in the fuel rail. And then it's a dash 6 return into the regulator that I have here with my oil pressure sensor, which I just got mounted right there on the front. And then the return line, it does have a Haltech flex fuel sensor as well, just so I can measure and monitor the content of my E85. So with that being said, boys, pretty much everything on this car is wrapped up. I have started it, so unfortunately you guys won't be able to see the actual first startup. So I mean, she does run. This is the intercooler setup in the trunk, which once again I kind of got to go through and button all this up. I got my 4-port boost solenoid just kind of mocked up and mounted there, and run into my wastegates, which is a dual tile 44mm wastegate setup. It's my ice box. It is a water to air intercooler, 4-inch thick unit, which all of the bracketry and everything that's in the bottom of this trunk is going to be redone nice and neat by one of my buddies down in San Antonio. I do live out in New Braunfels now, so yeah, guys. So that's pretty much how everything is sitting. I wish it was just a little cleaner, but once again, I will be going over all this stuff and kind of tucking it away, making everything look a lot neater. For those of you that are just tuning in, it's a full built K24 CSS O-ring block. It's got CP 10-to-1 compression pistons along with Wiseco boost line rods. It has Drag Cartel 3.2 cams in it, along with Ferrera 6000 series valves, SuperTech dual valve springs and retainers. I think they're 92-pound springs and retainers, which is what Drag Cartel recommended I run with that setup. It does have a Type S ported oil pump, which I did port myself. And then the turbo setup is a Pulsar GTX 3584R with a 106 AR housing on it. It's the biggest AR housing I could find from Pulsar on the back side. So it should breathe a little bit better. My intake manifold setup is just a stock RBC, which that's just a temporary setup until I can get my hands on a Skunk 2 or equivalent side feed manifold, which those are pretty hard to find right now. But for now, I'm only planning on getting this thing tuned on wastegate just until I can get me some dog box gear set for the transmission, because right now it is just a stock EP3 5-speed transmission. I did rebuild it. I did go through it. I did put carbon synchros in it, and I did throw a WaveTrack LSD in it as well. So hopefully it stays alive just long enough for me to be able to get a set of dog box gears. Other than that, that's pretty much it, boys. So really close. Oh yeah, I did toss a radiator in this thing. I didn't really care to record it just because I'm just trying to get this thing wrapped up and get it running, but I will show you guys. It is a eBay special radiator right there. And then here is my fuel cell. It's a 10-gallon eBay fuel cell. It's got my vent over here that I made, and then that's pretty much it. I made some custom bracketry to make that work, but here is the radiator, nothing less. I'm about to go run to the parts store and just get a switch, just so I can wire it inside the car and just put it on a switch. That power cable actually goes to my wideband. I'm just troubleshooting for right now, so I will get that redone. So that's not so janky. Yeah, a lot of little things to do on this car, but we're really close. Once I get my switch mounted and put inside the car, then I will go ahead and add some coolant or some water into the system and see if everything holds, make sure there's no leaks. If we're all good there, I got a buddy that's going to be doing basemap setup for me through TeamViewer, so I'll be able to show you guys how, you know, that whole process works. I know it was a lot of rambling right there. I kind of do that time to time, but nothing less. I'm gonna go to the parts store. I'm gonna get a switch. I'm gonna come back, wire the radiator fans up, make sure those work. And then I may dabble into hooking up my intercooler pump for the water to air setup up to a switch as well, just so I can have both of those on toggle switches, because I want to make sure that those are running all the time. And yeah, so let's get to it.
You already signed it, right?
Yes. I want to say, I believe I assigned it. Let's see. Fuel pressure, I want to say, was assigned to
Oil pressure, oil.
Or oil is on B20, I want to say.
B20, you sure?
Yes.
We have a different number there.
Let me see, which one you got in there?
Okay, so there's some on B12 has some voltage going on it. You see it?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you see that right there?
Yeah.
AB13, so there's nothing. 16, there's something there. What's on 16?
Maybe 16. So let's see, B12. Let me look at that real quick. Hold on.
Do you have it? Do you have the scale? That way we could input.
I don't. I couldn't find one. I tried looking online and like tried to get it on KTN's website, and like I couldn't even find one on their website.
Yeah, because you're looking at it right now, right?
I'm looking at the I'm seeing you play with it.
So we're at 14 and 45. Okay, fuck. Let me look.
Yeah, for some reason, like I said,
Bro.
actually, hold on.
Let me see if I can find one. Maybe a Honda one.
I also have a Omni 4-bar as well. If we can find, if there's calibration for that, have that.
The Omni might be close.
I have one laying in my toolbox.
Okay, the Omni. No, the number should be close to it. So let's take a look.
Okay, here we go. Okay. Minimum voltage 0.08.
Type them in. No worries. Go for it. Just type it in. You already know how to do that, right? Just type it in.
Yep, that's already 0.08. Yep, max voltage. Okay.
You have the, if you have the scaling there, is much easier than to relate it to me.
Okay, and then that's going to be 4.88. I don't know what does scholar mean, or scholar.
That's the scale. That's all they're basically saying. So you'll reach the max. So at 4.88, it'll be X whatever, right? So let's say in this example, it's 45.7 pounds of boost at 4.88, right? On the voltage. On the low side, it could be 0.08. And it'll be negative 18, for example, right?
Okay.
That's what they mean by scale. And you're pretty close because you're seeing a negative 1.2 in PSI. So you're pretty close.
About atmospheric?
Yeah, for atmospheric. We want to be basically at 0.
And then it said load offset was 31?
Oh, those are offsets. We, on the Haltech, you don't have an offset table.
Okay. So we don't worry about that?
No.
Got it.
So right now, if you're at 30 pounds of boost, it might see it'll probably be 29 pounds of boost. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, that's fine with me.
About 1 pound.
Okay.
So we're getting close. So you could type in here, for example, 45.5, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then over here you could type in negative 14.8. Okay, no changes there. Type in, let's see how high we could go. It was at negative 14, right?
I think so.
Negative 14.4, so let's do 17, for example. And still no changes. Oh, shit. Oh, that's it. That's all it goes down to. Negative 14. It's not bad, man. We're pretty close. 1 pound. It's not going to make or break the car.
Right.
Okay, what else? We got the map sensor kind of done. What else?
Let's see. Map sensor. The TPS sensor should be calibrated already. I want to say I did that.
Okay, let's take a look. So you're at 0 right now?
Right.
Device reboot required? Really? We'll reboot it right now in a minute. Okay. Accelerate?
Hold on. Okay.
I don't see anything. Okay, let me reboot it. Let's see. Okay, we're good. All right. Press the throttle. I don't see shit.
Well, that's weird. Hold on. Let me check the plug. Oh, that makes sense. Hold on.
You unplugged it?
Well, it's got that metal cover on it. Hold on. How about we fucking hook it up and try it that way?
What was that?
So how about we hook it up and try that?
Did we hook it up?
Not yet. Hold on. I'm working on it.
Oh.
What the fuck's going on? Okay. All right. You ready?
Yep. There we go. All right. Leave it at 0. Perfect. 50% throttle, more or less.
50%.
Yep. Just by you calculating it. Fuck yeah. Yep. We're pretty close. Not bad. All right. Full throttle. Perfect. You're good, bro.
Okay.
Work my back. Okay. What else?
So TPS map. Wideband, but then again, I'm trying to work on.
Hold on 1 second.
I mean, besides the fuel pressure and the oil pressure, those are the only two inputs that I have on the ECU.
Oh, fuck. Okay, yeah, let's fix this. Okay, I'm gonna let you adjust. Maybe... I normally do 10, okay?
Okay.
Because that way, you honestly do, sometimes I'll even put it at less than that. I'll tune the car, right? And then I'll just enable like 5%. Fucking nuts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So, dude, let's change this. Let's wait for it to kick in about 20 seconds. Minimum cooling temperature, yeah, that's fine. Minimum RPM, that's fine. Just in case you ever decide to go full fucking boost here. Just put in an absurd amount of RPM so it keeps controlling it. Throttle rate, 25% is fine. Enable max TPS, no. Enable max map sensor, no. I want it to be running basically all the time. Maybe we'll do maximum boost of like 55 to 60s. Yeah, that sounds fair. After that, I take over. Basically, it's got to be perfect. So obviously, if you continue with me at that point, then you became a fucking crazy motherfucker like me, and well, the rest will be history. Okay, I got wideband more or less. What else?
I want to say...
Well, I got the settings on wideband, but it is working, right? You did connect it?
It's all connected. Yes.
Okay, perfect. So it should be working. Okay.
It should work when we try to start it.
Fuel pump. Nope. Here, let's go. Map corrections. Overall corrections are 0. Good. Cranking. Nope. What the?
You'll see where I freaked out and pulled a lot of fuel out of it.
Yeah, no shit. Okay.
But I forgot to turn my enrichment off on the ignition table.
Yeah, let's fix this, okay?
Yeah. Probably. Let me grab my injector sheet real quick.
Okay, we're gonna change flow rate. Yes, please. Possible.
So even though they're 2200cc injectors, the flow rate's 2000.
Yeah.
So they're really 2000.
The
Series
22
CC
doesn't
injector.
flow until about 45 psi.
Oh damn! So you really got to be using them.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna use them with boost, man.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna go up to like 50 something. At 50 something, it's like 2400 cc, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Alrighty, boys. So, as you guys can tell in the video, we did get the MR2 up and running, get the base map somewhat set up for it. Got a lot of things accomplished on the car, actually. Made a lot of progress. For some reason, the oil pressure and fuel pressure sensors that I had wired in were not showing up. Turned out to be that you cannot, or I was trying to use the idle air control valve, the 5-volt reference and ground reference. But apparently it wasn't displaying enough voltage for both sensors. So basically what I did is I just tapped right into the Haltech 5-volt power wire, which powers all the sensors, tapped into that for both sensors, and they both kicked on right away. So we were all good there. And then the wideband, for some reason, kept showing a device timeout or open circuit. As you can probably see that my tuner had mentioned a couple times in the video, that was due to basically the sensor that I got had shorted out. When I had tried to first originally start this engine, the ignition map had a 25% in fuel enrichment put on it. So when I went to crank it, I had a lot of excess fuel and everything coming out of the exhaust, which you can also see if you did watch in that part of the video. You'll see where he went over my fuel map and saw where I pulled a lot of fuel out of it. That was just because when I was trying to crank it and I saw the excess fuel come out of the exhaust, I was kind of freaking out. So I pulled all the fuel out of it just to see if that would help. And it did, but unfortunately it did short out my wideband. So I went to the store, got a new wideband, threw it in there. Everything's good. Reads pretty accurate. So that's all good. Wideband was fixed. Both sensors were fixed. I got a lot of the wiring cleaned up, which I did not show you guys in the video. That was behind the seat for the Haltech. Cleaned everything up really nice. And next step is to go ahead and bleed the brakes on this thing. And then I'm going to go ahead and have to pull the bumper off because I got to load this MR2 up onto the trailer and get it down to my tuner, which he also is a fabricator as well. So he'll be welding up my intercooler piping, remaking all the bracketry and everything in the trunk for the water to air intercooler to sit on, all that kind of good stuff. So I'm going to send it down to him. He's going to weld all that stuff up for me, get everything fabricated, get this thing on the road, and go drive it. So that's going to do it for this video. It's more or less kind of an update video, but also a video where we did get a lot of progress done on the MR2. So if you guys are still following along with this build, I appreciate y'all watching because I know this build is definitely taking some time. I think we're going on a 1.5 years now. So if you guys have been tuning in and you've been watching these videos, I really appreciate it, guys. Don't forget, give me a like, give me a subscribe, drop some comments down below if you have any questions or anything. I try my best to get back with everybody. Yeah, guys, so that's gonna do it for this video. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Catch y'all in the next one. Peace.